everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I know this is like not my usual like recording system. I'm actually recording on my MacBook right now, but I really wanted to do this video and wanted it to be very casual. I wanted to be like I'm talking to you guys, like we're having a little slumber party. And basically today is January 29th and it is my 20th birthday, and my friends definitely have made sure that I've had the best birthday I possibly can have. Yeah, but I wanted to make a video for you guys, and it's kind of going to be a more serious one. I don't know exactly how it's going to turn out, but I wanted to do a 20 things that I've learned in my 20 years of life. The first person I saw do this video was, I think her name's Alexa Losi. That was the first video that I've ever seen somebody do it, and I really liked the idea of that, but I'm gonna just get into it because I do have 20 things that I'm about to be listing. Okay, so the first thing that I've learned in my 20 years of life is to save and print out pictures. I've definitely experienced this multiple times where like my computer will be wiped out, or my phone will be wiped out, or the picture will get deleted. To me, that those are memories gone. You know what I mean? Like you can never get those back. And I just feel like if you have a Polaroid camera, or you just print out your pictures just to have a hard copy to save, especially for when you're older and you can show your children like this was me when I was younger, and like a tangible memory that you can like keep with you. The next thing that I've learned is that not all of your friends are going to be forever, and that is okay. Anytime one of me and my friends fell out, like I'd always be super sad. I'd always felt like I had wasted my time, that I felt betrayed, that I just would always be super hurt by losing a friend. And I've just realized that I've gotten older is that not all friends are meant to be forever friends. You know, there's people where I've been friends with them for years and I'm not that close with them anymore. And then there's people that I've met in college that I consider some of my best friends. And that's life. Everybody grows apart from each other. And even the friends that I've lost, I still have love for them. And I've just realized that like the people who are meant to stick in your life are going to stay. Regardless of whatever happens between you two, if they're meant to stay, they will stay. Next thing that I've learned is to not be afraid to open up. And I mean open up in all senses of the word. Open up when it comes to if you're about to be in a relationship with somebody, afraid to open up to them. Even just speaking up in class, opening up to friends, opening up to family. Like, don't be so closed off. Not everybody out there is going to hurt you. You know, you have to understand that like there are going to be people who are going to hurt you, and that's life. But not everybody is out there with a malicious mindset. The thing that I've learned is that self-dates are the key to confidence and happiness. I love taking myself on self-dates. I would take myself out to dinner. I would take myself to get my nails done, take myself to a park, take myself to Starbucks. That's taking time for yourself to treat yourself, be able to be alone and like take yourself out. Like I know at first I was so nervous. I was like, if I go to a restaurant and I'm by myself, like people are going to look at me like I'm crazy. But honestly and truly, like it's so fun, and you feel so good about yourself afterwards. Like the next thing that I've learned in my 20 years of living is just to stand up straight. I used to get yelled at so many times by my dad. He'd always be like, you're going to get a little hunchback when you're old, but just stand up straight regardless, just because it's better for you in the future and your back. And then also the more you stand up straight, the more confident you're going to look. If you're slouched over, you look more hunched over, you look more reserved. If you're standing up straight, you look confident, you look put together. And I still struggle with standing up straight, but I've definitely learned how to do it more often. The next thing that I've learned is just save your money and invest in something that you really want. Something expensive, you know what I mean? When you buy something that you really want that's a little bit pricier with your own money, you feel so good about yourself. Like it makes the item that you have bought so much more valuable to you. And the next thing on the list is to thank your parents. I feel like a lot of the time, especially in our generation, we forget to thank our parents. We don't realize how much they've done for us. For me, I know sometimes I'll forget to thank my dad, and my dad has done so much for me. Like he's gone above and beyond for me to make sure that I'm always okay, to make sure that I'm happy, to make sure that I'm set. And I feel like a lot of the time I forget to say thank you. You know what I mean? Like I'll obviously thank him for like a gift, but like to truly thank him for everything that he has done for me, because I would not be in this place where I am today if it wasn't for my dad. He's honestly my best friend. He's my role model. I just feel like a lot of people need to remember to thank their parents, because your parents aren't always going to be here. Next thing that I've learned in my 20 years of life is to be okay with getting rejected and being told no. That's honestly still one of my fears today. There's certain things that I won't do just because I am afraid of being rejected. But you have to remember, if you're rejected from something or somebody tells you no, it doesn't mean that's the end of the world. That just means that that one thing, that particular thing is not meant for you. And there's so many things out there in the world that you can do or go after that you'll be fine if you're just told no. Just come to terms with being rejected. It's going to sting. It's going to hurt. You're going to be upset for a little bit. But once you get over that idea of being rejected, you'll be fine. Like, you'll be okay. The next thing that I've learned in my 20 years of living is not look at school as just a grade. I did that all the time, especially in high school and stuff, or like college. I'll look at school as like, I need to get this A, and that's the only important thing about school right now. I wouldn't be retaining any of the information. I wouldn't be appreciating all of the knowledge I was getting. I was memorizing. I wasn't learning. To learn how to really appreciate school for what it is, because not everybody can get an education, and it's like, it's honestly one of the greatest tools in the world. Like, nobody can take away your education. They can take away everything else in the world, but they can never take away your knowledge. Your knowledge is forever. Next thing that I have learned in my 20 years of living is to take risks and to stop being afraid. This sounds really like cliche and ugly, but like, you only live once is an actual thing. Like, Drake was not kidding with you guys. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to really do anything, because if you're living in fear, you're not really living. You know, there's things that I would do now that I definitely wouldn't have done years ago, and I love just trying new things. The thing that I have learned in my 20 years of living, this sounds very basic, but like, drink water. It sounds very basic, obviously, but like, water's like the key to success. Clear skin, healthy body, healthy living. The next thing that I have learned in my 20 years of living is just to look at things from different perspectives. I love this mentality that I've adapted over the years. Before you think, before you act, before you do, before you judge anybody else, literally put yourself in their position. How would you feel if you were in their position? How would you feel if you had to deal with this situation? And it literally changes so many things. There's so many things that I would have done, and then I think, well, maybe how are my actions going to affect this other person, or how are my words going to affect this person? It makes me like really put in perspective my actions and other people's actions, and it really helps me, like, you know, empathize with other people, because everybody has such different experiences, and you don't know how something's going to affect somebody. Something that can be completely irrelevant to you can super strongly affect somebody else. You know, next thing that I have learned in my 20 years of living is to learn song lyrics. This also sounds very basic, but like, honestly and truly, there's no greater feeling than that nostalgic feeling that you feel when like you haven't heard a song in so long, and then it comes on and you're like singing all of the lyrics that, and when you're old and dusty and you hear the song that you really, really loved and you can sing it and rap it to your friends and your family, like, it's just a good feeling. Like, next thing that I've learned in my 20 years of living is to buy jeans without rips in them. I don't know why, especially recently I had a phase where like all of my jeans had to have rips in it, and now that it's cold, oh my gosh, like, I'm so over having ripped jeans. Like, I want some closed jeans because I'm so cold. Not everything needs to be distressed. Like, you can have some simple plain things and be okay. The next thing that I've learned is how to use public transportation. I feel like that's such a vital thing to learn. I've obviously gotten the hang of like DC Metro and stuff like that, but I still need to learn how to use the bus. You're not always going to have money for an Uber. You're not always going to have be able to walk everywhere. You're not always going to have a car. So learning the public transportation in whatever area you're in is really good. I've also learned that cutting your hair is low-key a power move. I know I constantly complain about how short my hair is now. I'm just like, oh my God, I want it to be long again. Like, honestly, cutting your hair, at least initially, is a power move. Like, when I cut my hair, I felt like I cut off like all of my dead weight. You know what I mean? Like, I cut off my past. This was like new and mature Zoe. This was like, I'm here. Like, you guys are going to see me. Like, I'm not just going to blend in with everybody else. Like, power move, if you want to make a statement, cut your hair, but not just a simple trim. Like, cut it. Like, my hair used to be like down to here. If you watch my old YouTube videos, my hair was like down to here, and now it's right here. Like, the next thing on the list is just to be grateful for the people in your life. You never know when somebody is going to be gone. You know what I mean? And I don't want to get morbid and dark on you guys. And don't take the people who you care for the most, for granted. You know what I mean? So many people, at least in my life, that have passed away, or they've been taken very suddenly, so yeah, just don't take people for granted, because you never know when they're going to not be here anymore. Know that it's okay to cry. Don't be afraid to let your emotions out. Like, it feels so good to cry sometimes, you know what I mean? Just to let out all of that emotion that you're keeping in. And it's okay for people to see you cry. I always used to not want people to see me cry. I always wanted to be that strong person, especially for a lot of my family members, especially with like things in the past. I always wanted to be that person to keep everybody together. But don't be afraid to cry in front of people. It's okay. Like, everything is going to be fine, and you don't look weak. You don't look, that you're not strong. You're still a strong person. You're fine to not be okay. Like, you'll be okay again. Don't worry. Also, learn how to cook and learn your family recipes. I mean, I feel like that's a very basic thing, but like, I personally don't know how to cook. I don't know, your family recipes. I feel like that's such a dope way to like pass down family tradition, because it's like you learn it from your parents and then you cook it and then you can teach your kids and then your kids can teach their kids. And like, and last thing, my 20th thing that I've learned at the age of 20 is that you don't have to have a plan for everything. I'm okay, and I've realized at least recently that like you don't have to have an exact plan for everything. Everything doesn't have to go according, because sometimes it's okay to just go with the flow. You know what I mean? Like, just because something didn't work out the first time doesn't mean that you can't fix it and redo it and revamp it and have it still happen. You know what I mean? Not all plans are going to work out, and it's okay, because you'll find a way. Like, if there's a will, there's a way. You know what I mean? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want to say thank you to all of the people who have made my birthday extremely special this year. I'm so grateful. I had such a wonderful time. See what it brings me, and I'm so blessed to be where I am today, and I'm just so excited. And I want to say thank you to all of the people who have supported me so far. I really do appreciate all of the love and support you guys give me, and it really does make me feel very special inside to be able to, you know, make these videos and have this support. And I just want to say thank you for 5,000 subscribers, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.